If you have ever wondered, like me, what it would be like to go to a super ritzy New Year's party, today we are reacting to the 8 most expensive New Year's parties. If you're new around here, welcome. I'm Elena. I make money at home content. I share what has helped us reach our financial goals while still living a full life. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. So these parties are for people that just have so much money they don't know what to do with it. So what would that really be like? So first up is Roman's Bash. So Roman is from Russia and he hosted a $7.6 million party at his $90 million estate. And this was in 2010, so let's see, accounting for inflation, that would be even more expensive. So part of what made it so expensive is that the Red Chili Peppers were the performers at this party. And some of his friends got to stay on his 536-foot super yacht, while the rest had to stay on the yacht that was only 377 feet. And of course, they ate fancy, expensive food like caviar and sushi. I'm guessing they probably hired a chef to do that like on site for all of those people. And they also had expensive fancy drinks like fancy champagne and such. I would like to stay on a yacht at some point, but like thinking about someone else spending that much money on a party that I'm going to, I'd be like, I can't believe you spend that much money on me. That's just ridiculous. Also having a semi-private live concert, that would be pretty cool. I don't really like going to big concerts because it just feels so claustrophobic and there's so many people. But if you hired a famous band just for yourself and, you know, your 40 closest friends, I think that would probably be pretty cool. Next up is a Las Vegas bottle service. Now it said this party only cost $500,000, so compared to the other party, which was in the millions, pretty cheap. But I don't know, is that per person or is that total? So apparently there was a wait staff of 40 people at your beck and call while you enjoyed the New Year's party, and of course good food and drinks. But the most luxurious price tag during the party, guests received diamond jewelry, a gold disc signed by DJ Calvin Harris, and a custom-made UFC belt. Okay, so this party comes with presents, like expensive presents like diamonds. Okay, that seems kind of weird, honestly. Like, I don't know, when I think New Year's Eve, I don't necessarily think, like, people should give me diamonds and gold discs signed by famous people. Next up is the Justin Bieber approved Miami party. Okay, also $500,000, $500,000, not as expensive as the first one on this list. 5-day celebration on the beach. Each guest spent $100,000 per night to stay at this huge mansion penthouse. There are 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, private pool, jacuzzi, formal dining room, and a full kitchen. Okay, the jacuzzi sounds cool, but I'm pretty sure that you could have a jacuzzi experience for less than $100,000 a night. There's fancy hotels around so that you can go to the fancy restaurants at the hotels and eat really good food. And then you drive in fancy cars and you go buy fancy expensive stuff and go on a $100,000 shopping spree. Justin Bieber was the performer at this party, and so all these guests got the front row seats, I guess. And then they all went on a private yacht to finish out the party. That does kind of sound fun to go see Justin Bieber and the whole yacht experience and the jacuzzi. I'm wondering, how could you do that on a budget so that maybe it wouldn't cost $100,000? That would be good. Next up is New Year's Eve twice in one night. Have you ever heard about spending New Year's Eve twice in different locations? Obviously, this is a genius way of celebrating the first day of the year for those who are incredibly wealthy. So I think this is about traveling from different time zones, and then you can have your New Year's Eve experience twice. So it only costs $210,000 per person for this amazing experience where you go on a private jet and you enjoy the party twice. Okay, so you start your new year at 8 p.m. in Sydney, Australia at the Sydney Opera House, which would be super cool to visit. And then you board the private jet and you get flown to Los Angeles, where you party again. This does seem really cool, even though I'm not sure if you're going to really enjoy the Sydney Opera House that much if you're only there for a teeny tiny amount of time. But the whole concept of this is really cool. Next up is Dr. Steven Greenberg's plastic surgery event. Each guest spends $100,000 to get in. I feel like this is just the average price for those rich parties. If you're gonna go to a fancy party for New Year's Eve, I guess it's gonna be $100,000. This party was in 2009, and Lady Gaga was performing at this. That would be super cool. John Legend and Brody Jenner comes with first class round tickets from New York to Miami, penthouse at 5-star hotels for 1 month. So this is like a month-long party. I guess that's what makes the plastic surgery part work, is that you stay at a penthouse in Miami. The most exciting part of the package is that the ladies are given breast augmentation with a 24-hour nurse, unlimited spa treatments, and a chauffeur-driven Rolls Royce. So I don't know if that's how you want to spend your New Year's Eve, is having surgery. I don't know if you've ever had surgery, but any sort of surgery, the recovery is not fun, and you basically just need to lay in bed and watch TV. So I don't know if this would actually be a fun way to spend your New Year's. Next up is Cameo Nightclub 2013. So this is for people that love music. The VIP package is, of course, worth $100,000. This is just one night, but it's for you and your 4 friends. So technically only $25,000 per person. So it's a bargain. Then it's listing the ridiculous amounts of alcohol that were at this party. But I'm guessing that wasn't supposed to be consumed by just you and your 4 friends. That would be a little ridiculous. This one is for 2 people and it's $100,000, of course. So 50 grand a person, private jet service, an oceanfront penthouse suite, a personal chef, diving, VIP pool service, spa treatments, and cars for each guest. That sounds really cool, and it looks really beautiful there. I'd love to go to a tropical place. I don't even have my passport yet though, so that might be a little bit of a problem. Also, I don't have $50,000 to spend on something like this, but it does sound really cool. And lastly is the Fontainebleau Hotel in Miami. So I guess it's very common for them to host super cool New Year's Eve parties there. $25,000 per person, and they had live performers and of course lots of things to drink. It doesn't really go into other details. That seems like a lot of money to stay at a hotel and party, but I don't know. Which one of these New Year's parties would you be interested in going to? At least for me, I feel like I can just see all the different ways that I could do this party for less, how I could go and have a pool or a jacuzzi or an oceanfront view and not spend $50,000. So I mean, it's cool to think about all these options, but at the same time, it's like, ugh, this is just ridiculously expensive. And I have so many other things that I'd like to spend my money on, and I don't think a super expensive New Year's party is going to be what I'm going to be doing. I think for me, my favorite one would be the one where you fly from Australia to Las Vegas. That just seems like such a cool concept, even though that'd be a lot of time in a plane. Don't forget to share which party you think would be the coolest. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one real soon. Bye for now.